right here, Darren, and just pull.
Yoink! Yoink!
It's this way. All right, Joe's in charge. Joe was trying to say something.
I wasn't really trying to say anything. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
We are here tonight for another round of the online virtual version of a panel that hopefully some of you have gotten to attend in person at a little convention we like to call DragonCon. We like to call it that, and it also officially is called that.
Yes.
We also enjoy calling it that. But tonight we did the first edition of our online version of this, and a few weeks ago you can find that on the YouTubes, and now we're doing another one because it is a great idea, and we are geniuses, all of us.
Of course.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
No, Sherman, you're here with us.
okay. If you insist,
Only geniuses are on the classic track.
as long as we're stable too. So
Yes.
You see, that's a bridge too far. I'm out. Good night, everybody.
Joe, my contract says you're very, very smart.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. First, let's introduce each other, and then we'll tell people how we're doing the thing that we're doing. So, to my immediate one internet away from me is Mr. Darren Bush. How are you, sir?
Thank you, Joe. I'm doing well. I see Kevin waving. I'm doing very well. So we're introducing. I am allowed to say in public that I'm an award-winning science fiction and fantasy author. I'm also known in Atlanta for helping create panels, run conventions for about half a dozen different shows. We are in Atlanta, Georgia. We're getting the word from the governor about how conventions are going to go this year. I'm hoping to be at DragonCon for real, but Monsterama is also in October, and Conjuration is in November, and I'm looking forward to all the conventions in 21. And that's me.
And now 2 internets away from me, one internet beyond Darren. That is Mr. Kevin Eldridge. How are you, sir?
That's me. Hello. I'm a grizzled veteran of classic sci-fi court, and more grizzled these days than ever before. I am a podcaster. I do a show called The Flopcast, part of the ESO network, and we do a very silly, very geeky show every week. So check out The Flopcast, and you can find me doing silly things like this, but in audio form.
You may be our most senior litigator of.
I believe so. Yeah.
He's the senior attorney. You've done this quite a few times.
I'm Gordon Burnson at Mackenzie Brackman.
There you go. Just stay away from open elevator shafts.
Dang it! Jeez Louise, with the LA Law references. Thank you, everybody.
Because we're topical people.
Yes, we're still topical tonight.
The kids tune in for the LA Law references.
If you were here, if you had on your bingo card 7 minutes before they made an LA Law reference, then you are tonight's winner.
It's the most current show ever referenced by the Classics Trek.
what is this, LA Law?
Okay, so 1, 2, 3 internets away from me, clockwise, is my co-director, Mr. Gary Mitchell.
Hi, everybody. I am Gary Mitchell. As Joe said, I am the co-director of the American Sci-Fi Classics track. I am a writer, reviewer, podcaster, dashing man about town. I write a weekly article about new media that geeks want that's coming out every week called Slip Discs. You can find it at revolutionsf.com. And you can also find me with Joe somewhere, right? That something. Now I feel Charlie's Angels. With Joe at DragonCon, which hopefully will happen this year. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't happen, we're just going to keep doing it like this.
Yeah.
And I also want to give a shout out to my friend Karen Reynolds, who did this beautiful blue and painting here. And it adorns my wall next to my Bernie Wrightson print quite proudly.
Nice. And now, Darren, go through all of the books on the shelf behind you and identify the authors of each one of those.
Joe, I'm very disappointed. They're Blu-rays and DVDs. Thank you very much.
Dang it! my vision has gone away.
Oh,
So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 internets away from me, or 1 if you're going south on the internet. Brand new to the American Sci-Fi Classics track virtual panels, our quarantine panels. Ladies and gentlemen, our friend Sherman Burris, or Nerdburger358. How are you, Mr. Sherman?
I'm doing okay. I'm mostly known on the internet on, let's see, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter as Nerdburger358, but I'm Sherman Burris. I am a lifetime fan of science, fictional and otherwise, and I'm just a fan, and I edit a lot of wikis about genre properties.
Thank you.
Stargate, yeah. So Stargate, Transformers, Star Trek, Memory Alpha, stuff like that.
Oh my
Wikipedia,
gosh,
too.
we have you to thank for the correct spelling in so many of those things.
Yes, and the correct grammar.
He's doing his part, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. And people who have been watching our quarantine panels will know you from our comments section.
Yeah, see?
Yes, Sherman is about to find out that being on the panel is not the same thing as being a heckler of the panel.
Well, I don't know about. I've only been a panelist at Con Carolinas, but when I got there, I was watching panels for the first time after being back away from a long time, and suddenly I was like, I could do better than that.
Well, then you've come to the wrong place.
No,
That's why Joe and I can't attend regular conventions anymore without working them, because it's like, why am I not up there? I'm better than that.
Exactly.
We're wrong, but we think it.
I actually said it out loud at a panel last year here in my hometown. I attended a panel, or went to a panel with 2 other guys who I've done stuff with before, and I said, "Am I on this panel?" And they said no. And just without thinking, I blurted out, "Oh, I don't do audience." No, you don't get me in the audience for free. I'm on the panel, or I'm not here.
I'm writing that down.
Sitting on the panel, I just don't care.
That's becoming a T-shirt.
I don't do the audience.
Now, at DragonCon, I have an excuse for my arrogance because I don't have time to go to panels. So that's my excuse. But I had plenty of time to go to panels at this thing, and I didn't. Unless I was on it. So anyway, thank you for coming to our TED Talk, starring Joe and Gary and Darren and Kevin and Sherman. Now we are getting to the actual feature presentation that you all came here for tonight. Tonight is another edition of Classic Sci-Fi Court, Gavel Harder. And
You're
what
welcome.
we do is each of our defense attorneys present defenses of movies that maybe not so learned individuals may say are bad or poor or boo, I don't like something. And we are presenting defenses for those movies to express to you reasons why you should or could like these movies. And I shall be the judicial representative of tonight's session. And here, if you'll allow me to get into my official judge's robe. Thank you.
In regular court, you don't see this part because the judge would be hidden in the chambers to do the robing part. But now we're looking straight into the judge's chambers as we speak.
Yes.
And the goggles do nothing.
Yes. I'm representing the Flare District. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to. Who wants to start? We don't have to. I say let's let Gary Mitchell start.
What? I was not prepared for this eventuality. All right. Joe, just want to make sure, though, we are live, right, on the Facebook? Because I don't see us there.
Oh, yes.
Because I was looking at our Facebook group, and I didn't see the feed running. So I just wanted to make sure. Because, the movie I'm defending needs an audience. Because Lord knows it hasn't had one.
It's saying the live video hasn't started yet.
Ah, what the heck? Hang on.
Uh-oh. We're going to have to do that all over again.
Guys, get ready to remember exactly everything you just said for the last 11 minutes.
I'm working.
We'll just tell people, go watch it on the YouTube. Go watch it on the YouTube. It was fun.
Yeah. What the heck?
We'll blame Joe.
Yeah.
You should have been there.
What do you mean live video hasn't started yet? I'm going to fight somebody.
Well, if nothing else, we entertained each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Okay.
YouTube video will have Easter eggs already.
Yes. At least that's what we're calling them.
That is what we're calling it. Okay. I end the broadcast. What the heck am I doing right there? It says I'm American Sci-Fi Classic. You are live. Yeah, I said I'm live. What are you doing? End the broadcast? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to end this broadcast.
And start a new one.
And I'll start a brand new one, dadgummit.
Be sure to save the recording of this one as the special outtake intro.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's DVD extras.
Why are we not? Maybe I streamed.
Yeah, because normally we have like a ton of comments by now. That's what made me go,
Yeah.
Is this working?
Where's Lola?
Yeah.
I mean, we know where Sherman is.
She's
Where's
having a
Lola?
cola. She's
I did indeed
hanging out with the kinks.
Yeah, there's no
I
live
did
comment.
indeed stream it to the correct place.
Did you stream it to the wrong place, Joe?
You would think that
Did you send it to that alternate universe where Manimal is still on the air?
You mean my universe? Yes.
McCorkindale lives.
Somewhere in Kirkmenistan, there's
Manimal
somebody watching
entering
a
its
video.
season 37.
Well, what the heck?
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
gosh,
fight
Gary.
somebody.
Gary, that's awesome. Manimal episode 7. I don't think this trilogy represents the Manimal trilogy, the original Manimal trilogy, like it was supposed to.
They lost the spirit of Manimal.
See, that's the best thing about the lack of more episodes than 8 of Manimal is there's no argument to like, I say season 3 was better than season 4. Whether it was season 3 or 4, we had one. All right, I'm ending this one, and we're going to restart the other thing. We'll see what happens.